here's a question. When you think of a Cinewhoop, what comes to mind? Smooth, gentle, sometimes quiet, floating effortlessly through the forest, weaving between the trees, gliding through abandoned building. The sort of drone that spends more time making estate agents look good than making pilots grin. And that's fine, because that's exactly what they're designed to do. But then somebody at BetaFPV looked at the old Pavo20 Pro and thought, do you know what this needs? More power. So they've taken what was a perfectly respectable 3S Cinewhoop and strapped in a 4S power system to it, upgraded the hardware, and unleashed it into the wild, which raises a rather interesting question. Have they created the ultimate little all-rounder? Or have they accidentally built a monster? Because today, we're not filming another review. No. We're taking the Pavo20 Pro MkII 4S on an adventure. Every challenge it completes earns the right to face an even harder one. Simple gaps become tighter gaps. Tighter gaps become dives. Dives become freestyle. Freestyle becomes things that no sensible person has ever asked a ducted Cinewhoop to do. Somewhere along the way, we find out how fast this thing really is, and we'll put it through our Angry Karen noise test. We'll see whether or not it survives the sort of crash test that every pilot pretends never happened, whereas we celebrate them. And at the very end, we'll ask it to do something that might just be impossible. Because anyone can tell you the specifications, anyone can sit there and read the manual and tell you how it should fly. But there's only one question that really matters. Can this thing really fly? BetaFPV is flying around the tree with the Pavo20 Pro. You can see the LEDs on it. Well, I can anyway. And the thing is, I'm watching it fly around and it looks like, I haven't flown it yet, but it looks like there's no problems with regards to the ducts and the extra power. There doesn't seem to be any yaw washout or anything like that. Boy Wonder is just throwing it around. Now, we can't quite see because of where we are at the angle, the top of the tree, but we can certainly see the bottom of the tree. And when it goes for it, yeah, the person's there, come back and land. Next up then is our Angry Karen noise test. Boy Wonder FPV, take off. That's why you be very careful when you're doing a hand takeoff, because I did just catch a finger. Luckily, it was only on the very edge. I'm fine. I'm fine. Right, get flying behind me at full throttle and we'll test the Angry Karen noise scale of the BetaFPV Pavo20 Pro MkII 4S. So there is the BetaFPV Pavo20 Pro 4S. And I've got to admit, there's a lawnmower over there, the drone's there, the lawnmower is louder than the drone, so I'm going to give it 3 Angry Karens out of 10. Let me know in the comments down below whether you agree or disagree with the score. Okay, so let's try that knife edge gap again. We've charged up the controller.
Yep.
And we just want to, now the wind has died down a little bit since then, so lovely.
You gotta practice on bigger gaps backwards, what you gotta do.
Bigger gaps backwards, yep.
Yeah, like that gap that I told you about and you did.
And there comes the wind again.
Wait for it to die down. You went backwards when you went through it.
That was the idea, isn't it?
No, you go backwards, then you go through it, that's what he said. Remember, you get close to it, then you go backwards.
I think the problem is with this wind.
It's just going to push you. Oh!
Yes!
Remember
next, Droniki. Next. Pardon?
Remember, he said do the knife edge trick, remember?
I just did it.
You went backwards through it, then clicked after. You went
no.
Yes. Yes. Do it better.
I mean, I did it then.
I mean, no, you hit the tree.
I might have hit the tree, but I still did it.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
The first one definitely counts.
No. Good, yes! Yes! You saved it.
Yes. Yes!
The wind caught you and bang.
The wind sort of caught me and threw me in. Let's try a matty flip.
Person. Oh, you make me think that you're actually going to hit it.
No, should we try a matty flip? I'm not very good at matty flips. Not very good at them at all, actually. Make sure that we clear both ways.
Yep, go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah!
Yes!
Yeah.
Not bad for somebody that's not very
Do
good
it
at them.
again.
Do it again?
Yeah, and then do a power loop. Challenging you here. Yeah, but it's all...
Into a sideways power loop.
Bro, it did a breakdance on the floor.
I dread to think what I've just done to that battery.
It hovered on the ground while spinning like crazy.
Let's try again.
Oh, oh, oh.
Into a power loop. Yes, I am the champion. No, I don't think
Sideways power loop.
I don't think the battery's got it again, but let's try a knife edge backwards. Let's try a knife edge backwards.
Okay. The battery's probably like, stop!
Yes!
Again.
Nope, battery's dead, completely dead.
So next up on our adventure video then is going to be the speed test. Now the Pavo20 Pro doesn't come with a GPS as standard. We have fit one on our 3S, but we're not going to use speed as a test for the speed test. We're going to use time. We're going to do a lap of this field. Very simple, 3S versus 4S, same size motors, different KV, one extra cell. It's going to be quicker, but is it going to be quick enough for you to consider upgrading? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's freaking go.
Okay, so here comes the Pavo20 Pro original 3S, and we're going to do a lap of this. We're going to start and stop the stopwatch as we go past the BetaFPV gate, and then I'm going to do the same lap with the other one. So this is a 3S, and there we go.
Okay, we're going.
So it needs to go up.
But if you hear a beat, that's just the stopwatch.
Okay, round the path. Around the back of this tree. I need to go up a little bit because I'm going to risk a fail-safing. Okay, now I'm going to drop down along this path. Get ready to tell him when to stop, little wonder. Okay, little wonder, get ready to tell him when.
It's reset now. Start. Okay, we are going.
Not sure I've got enough up tilt on this to catch it, but we'll see.
Really fast, yeah.
It does feel quicker.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Feels a lot quicker, it does. Get ready, little wonder.
Okay, so the Pavo20 Pro then beat the Pavo20 Pro 3S. The Mark II beat the 1S by a considerable distance. Our unofficial timing shows us it's a difference of, our unofficial timing scale shows us a difference of 9 seconds, but I'll put on the screen as we flew around what the distance is, and I'll have the proper time here, but it's going to be around that 9-second mark, even if we got it a little bit wrong at the start and finish. That is quite impressive for such a small drone. Let's move on to the next segment. Okay, so the final test on the adventure is Boy Wonder FPV crashing the Pavo20 Pro Mark II into the tree behind me. And let's see if it'll survive. We've only got enough battery for one crash, I'm afraid, today. That looks like it survived to me. So that was the crash test of the BetaFPV Pavo20 Pro Mark II 4S. There is no damage to it. The drone is absolutely fine, and we'll continue to fly it for the rest of the day. It's an important test that we carry out though. Will it survive smashing into a tree or not? Well, the answer for this one is an absolute yes. Now, some people would say that hand catching a drone is ridiculous, and they'd be right. But it's bloody cool.
We're having too much fun. So good. I'll let my camera down. What? Oh no, that's just the drone.
Yeah, the camera angle's not very high, but you should, oh yeah, I think it would have been your, nice, nice. Or is it the angry little wonder test?
Yes. Nice power loop.
Beautiful, beautiful power loop. And again, almost.
Oh, that scares me.
Yes! Oh! Oh!
It's on.
Woof!
I did not see the tree.
That
There
was...
was a tree.
Well, you was moving forward, so I thought you'd got away with it.
Same. It looked like you was going to go behind it, but nope. What did the battery say?
Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. You're okay for now.
14.8.
Yeah, you're okay. Got about another 30 seconds. Oh, nice.
You're back out then. Oh, you're back out again. You're back out. Careful. What the hell is that?
Just don't stay on throttle all the time. The idea is you punch up, do your move, and let go of throttle. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, oh, yes! Yes! Is he going to do it again? No.
Yeah.
Not over the tree. That was good though. It was good. It's really good. I do whatever you want. Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Oh.
Good save, mate. Really good save. Right.
What's this trick that was
So then, what have we learned? Well, we couldn't measure its top speed because BetaFPV rather inconsiderately didn't include GPS. But we could race it. The same course, the same conditions, the same pilot, against the old Pavo20 Pro 3S, against the new 4S machine. Now we know that it was going to win, but it didn't just beat it. It crossed the finish line nearly 10 seconds quicker. In a race this short, that's not an improvement, that's a public execution. Then there was the noise, because Cinewhoops are often small, but somehow still manage to sound like an industrial blender attacking a bag of spoons. But this one didn't. It scored surprisingly low on the Angry Karen noise test, meaning you can fly it without immediately summoning a furious woman from 3 streets away. Now, when we did the Angry Karen noise test, there was a lawnmower. The lawnmower was far louder than the drone. People don't seem to mind lawnmowers, so you should be fine. We crashed it. Now we crashed it again, and just to make sure, we did it several more times. Branches, ground, trees, playgrounds, and every time we picked it up and we put it back down, we just carried on. Now, the drone you can see on the desk hasn't even had its props changed, despite all those crashes. There is one prop that probably could do with being changed, but it wasn't a problem. And then we hit gaps we'd never even managed before. Gaps I probably shouldn't have attempted with a brand new unreleased drone. And then apparently, because flying forwards had become far too sensible, I hit them backwards whilst rolling, which is ridiculous. This is a Cinewhoop. It's supposed to glide gently through the kitchen and make your coffee table look expensive. It isn't supposed to be reversing through trees and playgrounds like a getaway driver who's missed the turning. Then it survived Boy Wonder FPV. Incredibly, it then survived Little Wonder FPV. Somehow it even survived me. So has BetaFPV created a monster? Well, yes, but not the sort that we expected. Because this isn't simply a faster version of the old Pavo20 Pro. It's more capable, more durable, more exciting, and significantly more willing to do stupid things. It can still fly smoothly. It can still capture beautiful cinematic footage. It can still behave like a proper Cinewhoop when you really need it to. But when you don't, it'll race, dive and freestyle and even throw itself backwards through gaps that Cinewhoops have got absolutely no business in even attempting. Well, perhaps the most important results wasn't the race time, wasn't the noise score, wasn't the crashes, and wasn't even the backwards gaps. It was this. After everything we'd thrown at it, the drone is still working. Nobody has lost a finger, and every one of us is still smiling from ear to ear like complete idiots. And honestly, that's the best review any drone can ever receive. The BetaFPV Pavo20 Mark II came here as a Cinewhoop and left as an absolute hooligan.
YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most. So watch it and let me know if they're right.